The kind of satisfaction that I get when I'm doing music is the happiness that I can give to my listening audience. It's not really about me being the best singer or having the highest voice or having the loudest voice. It's the feeling that you get, and it's so palpable. Alam mo, pag yung taong nakikinig, ina-appreciate yung ginagawa mo. And this is a gift. I consider it like a gift on loan from God. And one day, I know I have to give it back. Pero habang nandito siya sa akin, gagamitin ko siya and I'll try to make as many people as happy as possible. My name is Dondi Ong. My complete name is Conrado Calnea Ong III, and I'm a musical therapist in training, hopefully graduating soon. My love for music is a bit interesting because when I was 6 years old, my mom bought a piano for the first time. She played the piano. When she stepped out, I just copied everything she played. Sinundan ko lang siya kung anong narinig ko. It wasn't perfect, pero I was basing it on what I heard. And then when she discovered that I was doing everything, playing everything by ear, I don't even know about Do Re Mi at that time. And then, yun, tinuro sa kanya the rest of the piece. It was for Elise by Beethoven. And that was my very first piece, even before I learned the basic of piano. My first degree was electrical engineering, actually, and then second degree ko in music. My dad was a civil engineer, and my mom was a musician, although she was a teacher. Magaling siyang kumanta, magaling siyang tumugtog. Probably predisposed to be either one. My dad, when I was graduating high school, he asked me, anong gusto mo bang kunin? So when I told him either computer or music, sabi niya, no, get a sensible course. And being from a Chinese family, and you have to listen to the dad. But then later on, second degree ko na yung music, it turned out that I was meant to do music. Here in the Philippines, it's actually quite a challenge if you're going to become a musician. But sometimes, yun yung gusto mo eh. Di ba? Kahit na mahirap, kahit na maghirap ka, but you get to do the thing you love. Why do I want to do it? Because it's the thing I want to do. I was lucky enough one time to audition for Phantom of the Opera, the international touring cast. There were 6 of us who were invited to audition for this part of Pianji, an understudy, and then also an ensemble. And I was one of the 6, and then the funny story was, we were just given like top of the hour to appear in that audition. And Guy Simpson, he was this international producer who was heading the production, met up with us one at a time. You know how normally auditions are, they don't really last that long. If they heard you and then they've heard enough, they'll just say thank you in less than 5 minutes and that's it. But for some reason, when I came in, they asked me to prepare a tenor aria, a classical piece, and then a Broadway music, and then another classical song, and another Broadway song, one after the other, and then sabi ko, okay. And then even at some point, he was saying, do you know this song? And then I know the melody, but I don't know the words. I can sing it la la la. Sing it la la la. So kinanta ko naman la la la. So after about more than half an hour of doing that, tagal na eh. And then he said, okay, let's do it all over again. But this time, I'm gonna bring the video guys. Papa-video na natin. But you'll do exactly the same thing like when you came in the first time, like it's pretend like we're talking and then, but now it's gonna be videotaped. So the pianist actually said, I think you have a good chance of getting in because the others weren't asked to do it over and to videotape it. And then after that, about 2 weeks later, I got the note that I got the part. And they were auditioning for this role in 11 different countries. In Phantom, there's just no role for an Asian. The only reason I probably got the role was because I was easily shifting between classical singing and Broadway singing because I was going to be the understudy of the principal tenor Pianji. This is way back in 2012. In the 26 years of that time when it was running, there was never an Asian in the cast, that's all I heard. So, to be the first Asian or even the first Filipino, it's a point of honor, of course. Ang sarap ng pakiramdam na ginagawa mo to para sa Pilipinas. Siyempre, ang Pinoy mahilig talaga sa musical and the Phantom of the Opera undeniably is one of the most popular. The entire length of my involvement with Phantom lasted more than a year because I was in Manila and then Seoul and then Bangkok and Singapore. So for more than a year, I was doing the same thing over and over, same role. And it can get a bit too much. Nung nakakapagod na, dahil nga paulit-ulit, may times na sasabihin ko, ayoko na. uuwi na ako kasi nakakapagod eh. And then biglang isipin mo, no, you have to stay because hindi lang to para sa akin eh. Pag maganda yung ginagawa mo, tapos nakikita ng production, nakikita ng international production, and you're passing their standard. Dahil maganda yung ginagawa mo, gaganda rin ang image nila sa mga ibang Pilipino. Parang sinabi nila, ganito pala magtrabaho ang mga Pinoy. Di ba? So, I have a responsibility to show the good side, show the best side of the Filipino, not only as an artist, but with the discipline. Kahit na magdadrama ko, uwi na ako bukas, I have to stay, I have to do this. Of course, it's always a feeling of gratitude. You're part of one of the most successful theater production, ano. Maraming mga talagang positive benefits. But at some point, you just have to say, I'm okay. I'm done, thank you. Maybe others can have a chance with it. So even before I did Phantom of the Opera, I was already doing a lot of musicals and different kind of productions here in the Philippines. So after my time with Phantom, I just picked it up and started doing it again. I was elevated to the Hall of Fame of the Aliw awardee as a best male classical performer. Again, one of those things that just happened, I didn't expect. Also, I was awarded an outstanding alumnus of the UP system. I think it's more on how I use my talent. Now I'm taking up music therapy, my master's here at St. Paul's, Manila. The love for music is spilled over to something else, something more meaningful, if I may say so myself. I have always been fascinated with music therapy kasi isipin mo, yung music magagamit o pampaayos o pampaganda ng buhay. Music actually has a direct effect on us and we can use it if we know how. Right now, I'm taking up my master's in music therapy. I am enrolled here at St. Paul University, Manila, which incidentally is the only university in the Philippines that offers degree programs, both in master's and bachelor degree. It started about 5 years ago with Sister Anunciata, who was the Dean of the College of the Performing Arts, and Miss Annette Asuncion, an alumna who took up music therapy overseas and practiced it there. She wanted to come back here and start a school on music therapy. And then Sister Anunciata offered to head the music therapy program here at St. Paul. So they made this music therapy center. And between the two of them, they were able to start the music therapy program here in the Philippines. So music therapy is actually fairly new in this country, no? It's actually using music for healing. Ang dami niyang potential na tulungan yung mga ibang mga kasamahan natin sa lipunan. Ang mga subspecialties ng mga music therapists, yung mga pinapagtuunan natin pansin. Meron tayong SPED, who are the special children with all the spectrum. Meron tayong GERIA, yung mga senior citizens natin. They have their own issues that have to be addressed. Merong oncology, like paano yung cancer. Basically, it's pain management. By using music, you really enhance the quality of life. Even before, I was fascinated with the idea. As a student, my version of it, as I understand it, is it's the first time that the arts and the sciences actually came together. You can actually use music to address particular conditions of some members of our society that the mainstream health wellness has given up on. Ang sabi nila, ang mga bata, yung mga special tayo ng mga bata, may sariling mundo. And then they can shut you out effectively. But when you use music, yung mundo na yun, bumubukas. At nakikita mo, natututo sila, nagre-respond sila, and it's magical. You're doing something that nobody else can do for them. The fact that nag-respond siya sa'yo, ngumiti lang sila, talagang hugot. You cannot quantify the rewards you get, the satisfaction and the happiness, especially when their caregivers or their parents see the change in the children, Like just last week, sabi nung isang dola, when we started applying music therapy to the child. The child was a cerebral palsy and he was already 8 years old. When he started doing music therapy, it was the first time in that 8 years na nag-smile yung bata. Nung naririnig niya music, nag-smile sa 8 years. There's another incident. She's a 13-year-old Down patient, Down syndrome, but she looks like a 6-year-old, diminutive, ang liit niya, pero 13 years old na siya. She came in here, we sat her down. As soon as she sat down, sinarado niya lang mukha niya. For the 45-minute session, nakasarado lang mukha niya. So we just continued with the session dahil may ibang mga patients, clients. Second meeting, which about 3 days later, she came in. As soon as she sat down, sinarado na naman niya mukha niya. But, this is the big but, she participated in everything. Nakasarado yung mukha niya, pero ginagawa niya lahat. And hindi nga makapaniwala yung mga kabantay na nanonood, sabi niya. Before, when you try to teach her something, it takes weeks or even months before she will actually do something. This time, probably because music yung medium, ginawa niya. Ibig sabihin, kaya niya. She just chooses not to. Ito napaka-tangible sa akin eh. Mag-session lang ako sa bata o sa matanda. Tapos nakita mo at the end, napasaya mo sila. May mga matatanda nga eh dati pag tinuturuan ko sila. After the session, pipila pa sila. Pipila sila para lang yakapin ka. Kasi they appreciate really what you're doing. Parang you're giving them your time. You're giving them yung importance nila. Priceless. I'm still busy performing. But this is one thing that I think I would like to do as long as I could. Ang sarap niyang gawin eh. Yung how positively you can affect other people. So I intend to do this as long as God is permitting me to do this.
Dance makes me feel happy. It's really that positive vibe that it gives me all the time. Whenever I perform and my parents would watch, I would see their smiles, and I think that's the only satisfaction I need. The fact that I can share my happiness with others. It's really seeing the faces of the audience, especially if the people you love are watching you. Hi, I'm Issay Nodalo, co-founder of the Performing Arts and Recreation Center Foundation, or PARC Foundation, and I'm also the marketing director. We were actually established in 2015, and it all started with Wilmer Guido's idea of putting up a performing arts center. So we're actually here in their family's property, an old office building that we repurposed into a performing arts hub. He grew up learning performing arts on the side. He was a classically trained pianist. But when he decided that he wanted to pursue music as a career, he was called in to participate in their family business. I think that's the turning point in his life that made him love performing arts more and really want to pursue performing arts, but in a different way. The PARC Foundation was born when he reached out to me and Sam Santiago. He shared his dream with us to have a mini CCP in San Juan, which is the heart of Metro Manila. He wanted to make performing arts accessible to more people, and he also wanted to help the very talented Pinoys who are struggling to pursue or to sustain their passions. So he tapped me in particular because we were barkadas in college. He knew me as someone who's really into performing arts. I was part of LaSalle Dance Company Contemporary, and I was their company manager. I was only formally trained in dance when I was in college. But ever since I can remember, I've been a dancer. Dance has been in my blood. Dance has been part of my life. So knowing that I have this inclination for performing arts, he asked me to join his team to put up this dream of his. And actually, I share the same dream. I also want to do something for the performing arts industry or community here in the Philippines. Because performing arts has helped me so much. I think it has enriched my life significantly more than any academic course could. It teaches you life skills. In fact, when I was in college, I was a scholar because of being active in the student org I was in. And Wilmer gave me that opportunity to give back to performing arts. The vision of PARC is actually to uplift the Filipino youth through performing arts. We believe in the power of performing arts to inspire people, touch lives. We have read research saying that performing arts can actually reduce delinquencies. It can improve academic performance, and it can also help people with disabilities cope with their situation. We believe in that so much that we want to share it to more people. We want them to experience the kind of change or transformation that we have experienced as founders. This is all about extending the benefits of performing arts to more people, especially the youth. Primarily, we are a performing arts and recreation center, so we are a performing arts hub. We intended this hub to be a home for emerging performing artists. And these are individuals or groups who are performing but they may not have their own studios or facilities conducive to sustain their passions, hone their crafts, or even hold their events. We have PARC Aralan. It's our flagship program, which is actually a free arts education program. We have about 20 scholars who come from public schools in San Juan. These students attend weekly classes conducted by the Manila Philharmonic Orchestra, who has been a very good partner to us. And these students studied the rudiments of music, and now they're learning specific instruments. Our goal is really for these students to be equipped for a future career in music. They have that knowledge about music, formally taught by the experts in the industry, so that they can improve their lives and also their families. So we just started this year. What we have been seeing so far with our PARC Aralan scholars is that they're developing commitment because it's a weekly schedule. It takes a lot of commitment because these classes are held after their regular classes, and we're looking forward to seeing them being able to perform. It takes a lot of courage and also confidence to be on stage naman. Just the thought of PARC not being here tomorrow makes me feel sad because in the past 2 years that we've been in operation, we've noticed that there are really a lot of emerging performing artists who need spaces like this, conducive for their craft and affordable, and will allow them to pursue their passions.
Wilmer, our founder, passed away last year. He's our good friend and he started all of this. PARC wouldn't be here without him. A lot of the motivation to move forward comes from the fact that this is our commitment to our friendship. This is the dream we share together.
PARC is what's left of him. My dream for these kids is for them to find sustainability in their future careers. I want them to seek not just temporary solutions to the challenges they may be facing or their families may be facing. Hopefully, performing arts can help them find that sustainable way to better the lives of their families. Some people may say that performing arts is not a practical path for you, but if you excel, if galingan nyo lang, pagpatuloy nyo lang yung sipag nyo, I think kaya nyong patunayan na it could really be a sustainable career and that you can pursue your passions and not let go of your dreams.